Welcome to This Ohio Farmhouse. It's finally May and I'm ready to get some flowers planted, and today I'm going to be walking you through how to plant a flower box or window box on a budget. Behind me is this great cedar window box that I had Ben add to our goat barn a couple of years back, and I'll link the video to that. But I don't have $50 or $60 to drop on something that's not really necessary, and it's just all the way out by our animals, but I really want to put some flowers here and make it cute, and so I have to do this on a budget to be able to justify it in my own head and with my husband. So today I'm going to be walking you through how I do this in a way that doesn't cost me a fortune and that I can get that big dramatic look that I'm looking for. So first I need to get in here and start picking out all of the leftover stuff that's in there from last year. When I go into a greenhouse, the first thing I do is grab one of these flats. It gives me a good general idea of what it's going to look like when I start placing them into my window box. I have a few things that I look for when I'm wandering around the greenhouse. One of those is different varying textures, because I want different styles of leaves and foliage to be in here. I want different heights and dimensions, and then something that's going to drape and hang down the front and really be beautiful and add a lot of depth and dimension to it. So when I started, the very first thing that caught my eye were these beautiful cosmos. They're going to keep blooming for quite some time. I love the pop of color, and they're going to give me a little bit of height in the back of my window box. Then I added these violas because I just love their daintiness. They have a completely different type of leaf as what the cosmos do. And then I added this in to the front. This is called a bugleweed, and I just love that it's going to drape down the front. It gives me a completely different color of foliage. It has almost purplish tint to it and some darker greens. And then I wanted just a pop of a bright green foliage that's going to mix in. So I already amended my soil, added a little bit of slow release fertilizer to it, and I'm going to go ahead and get started planting. Now that I have my back row planted, I'm gonna go ahead and start placing other things and just make sure that I really like the way that it looks and kind of just maneuver things around and place them before I'm gonna put them into the soil. Because this bugleweed is kind of the centerpiece of the whole thing, I'm gonna start with that guy. If you need to remove some soil, it's okay. Just go ahead and scoop that out so that you have room to fit your new ones in. Okay, once you have it all laid out and you're pretty happy with the way things are looking, go ahead and start digging and putting them into the soil. It's gonna get a little bit snug in there, but that's okay. Everything seems to work okay and intertwine all of its roots, and it doesn't ever seem to be problematic for me. Some of these naturally fall in a certain direction, so you want to make sure that when you put those into the window box that they're going to fall towards the front and cascade down the front of your window box. I'm really happy with the way that this turned out. I've got this great pop of color on the side of my barn now, and it really just cost me a fraction of what it typically would to fill in a window box. For under $20, I was able to fill this entire thing, and I still have a handful of plants left over that I can throw into some pots. I really hope that you are enjoying your spring and that you're getting a little bit of warmer weather coming your way. We will see you next week on This Ohio Farmhouse. Thanks so much for being here.